Let's see if we can add 7.382 to 16.27. Now, you may think, let's just add down the lines 2 plus 7 and then so on and so forth. But you would be wrong. You would make a mistake. This would be wrong. So, what you want to do when you're adding numbers with decimals is instead of lining the digits up individually, you need to line up the decimal points and then the numbers to the left and right of the decimal point. So, for example, we'll go ahead and write down the decimal for, well, let me change the colors here. We can go ahead and write down the decimal for 7.382. 7.382. And then we can write down the second number, which is 16. Remember, we need to start out with lining up the decimals. So we'll add 16.27. And since there's a 2 here, we can just fill in the gaps of the 0 since it doesn't change the value of the number. And then once you line up the decimals, you can add just as if you were adding any other regular number. So 0 plus 2. Well, technically this is 0. Let's see, this would be the 10th place, 100th place, thousandths place. So this would be 0 thousandths and 2 thousandths. So that would be 2. 7 and 8 would be 15. So you put the 5, carry the 1. We add 3 tenths and 2 tenths would be 5 tenths. And then you have the extra 1 tenth. So that's 6 tenths. Drop down the decimal. And then now we're in the ones place. So it's 7 plus 6 is 13. Carry the 1 over. And now we have 10 plus 10, which is 2. So our answer is 23.652. Now let's continue with some other practice problems. Problem number 1 asks us to add 8.72 to 14.11. So we can go ahead and write down our numbers and make sure to line the decimals up. So we have 8.72, and then we have 14. Make sure to line the decimals up. 14.11. And then we can add 1/100th and 2/100ths. That would be 3. And then 7 tenths and 1 tenth is 8 tenths. Drop down the decimal. 4 plus 8 is 12. Carry the 1. And then 10 plus 10 is 2. So our answer for this problem, so problem number 1, is 22.83. Problem number 2 asks us to add 13 and 92.34. So we can go ahead and write down 13. And notice 13 doesn't have a decimal, but we can write a decimal to the right since it doesn't change the value. The decimal is always implied to be to the right of the number. And since 92 has 2 values after the decimal place, we can use a 0 to fill in a spot. And then we write down 92. Line the decimal up. 92.34. And we can add 4/100ths plus 0/100ths is 4/100ths. 3 tenths plus 0 tenths is 3 tenths. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 9 is 10. So our answer to 2 is 105 and 34/100ths, or 0.34. Question number 3 asks us to add 3.1636 and 1.88. We can go ahead and use zeros to fill up these spots. We'll add. So just counting 10th place, 100th place, thousandths place, and then 10,000ths place. So we have 6 10,000ths. 0 plus 3 is 3 thousandths. 6 and 8 is 14/100ths. Carry the 1. And then this is the 10ths place. So that is 8 plus 1 plus 1 is 10. And then now we're in the ones place. Carry over the 1 would be 5. Make sure to drop down that decimal just where it was. So our answer to problem 3 was 5.0436. And then we'll do our last problem, which is a word problem. Alice's dog gives birth to a litter of 2 puppies. The first puppy weighs, well, let me change that real quick. The first puppy weighs 2.23 pounds, and the second one weighs 3.18 pounds. What is the combined weight of the puppies? So to find the combined weight, we're just going to add the individual weight of both the puppies. So we have the first one weighed 2.23 pounds. We can go ahead and write pounds there. And then 3.18 pounds. 3.18. It looks like the numbers perfectly lined up, so we don't have to add any zeros or move the decimal around. So we can add, this is the hundredths place. 8 hundredths and 3 hundredths is 11 tenths, or 11 hundredths, I mean. Change the colors here. Carry the 1, and then now we're in the tenths place. This is 4 tenths, and then this would be 5 in the ones place. So the combined weight of the puppies is 5.41 pounds. And we are done.